Hey, what's up? It's Erin with Money Mamas Live, and we're coming at you on a Tuesday afternoon, as always, from the beautiful city of Loveland, Colorado, where I now live. I did many of these, in fact, all of them up until last year from California, where I was living in California. And now I'm in Colorado, and I love it. And what do I love? I just love the mountains. I love the mountains so much. I love being able to look outside and see mountains. And even though, well, it's supposed to be like maybe snowier now, but it's not. It's very much springtime, but the mountains still have the snow on them, and it's just beautiful. So, on this gorgeous, beautiful day, I am going to show you some amazing things. And the first couple things we're going to go over. I always give you an update on my paying ads because it is still paying and it is still just solid as a rock going forward. So I will give you a quick my paying ads update, and then we are going to jump into Gladiacoin. And the reason I'm going to do Gladiacoin is because I'm starting to love it. Now, today's topic is how to make $1 million in Gladiacoin. Is this going to happen to you right away? Probably not, but you can actually do it. There is somebody right now, and he is apparently the top earner in it. He makes $25,000 a day, which I figured out to be $9 million a year. So he's making 25 grand a day. And you're wondering, how is this possible? Well, I'm going to show you how it's possible. I'm going to show you, even if your aspirations are not $1 million, $1 million, let's just say it'll take you a year to make $1 million. So roughly you're going to want, if you're making the million, you're making, let's just round it to $2,800 a day. That is much less. Here, that is less than $25,000 a day. And that's what this guy is making. And I'm going to show you how to do this. And even if you're just like, what, I would be happy with $100 a day, we can do that. Okay. So whatever your goals are, I can show you how to do this. So far, everything's working. Still seems to be moving along. I'll show you some of what my new plan is and what the timeline looks like and how you can do this with absolutely no referrals. Okay. No referrals. Pretty killer, right? Pretty killer. So without further ado, let's go jump in to our training today. And this will be a pretty short webinar, as short as I can make it and still give you a good amount of knowledge because I got to go do stuff. So on my beautiful day, let me get over to my screen so I can share it right away without making, the cuckoo mess that I usually do. Are you ready? Are you ready for share? Here we go. Share. Boom. Done. We are totally shared. And I like to move the mic a little bit closer, even though it kind of gets all in the way when I'm on screen. But let's do this. Okay, so what the heck? I showed you this last week, and I said there was not a lot of information about it. I asked around. Nobody making money seems to care. Now, of course, it's going to work until it doesn't, like everything else. It's going to work until it doesn't. Right now, it's working really well. So let me show you what happens here. I am right now only in Spartacus 2, and let me show you what happens. Yep, 1 second. Right now in Spartacus 2, I am doubling my Bitcoin. Oopsies, my Bitcoin 90 days. Now, this is without any spillover or any, it's really annoying to try to rely on, but here's what's going to happen. I put in, after 90 days, I will have 0.2 Bitcoin. Okay, that's it. I'll have 0.2. And this one, of course, they're like, hey, do this one because it's only half a Bitcoin. What happens is, though, you start doubling and doubling and doubling, and pretty soon you're able to double here and here and here. So let me show you what the back office looks like, and then we'll do some numbers. So clearly, if you're going to stay at like 0.1 Bitcoin, you're not going to be able to double as fast. But let's start looking at what's happened if you are putting some of the bigger amounts in, or when you get to the bigger amounts. So remember, 2,800 a day times 365 will give you the $1 million. So that's kind of our goal we're looking at. We're going to look at how can we make $2,800 a day? What's that going to take? What are you going to get? And how can you do it? Or if you're like me, you're probably fine with 200 a day. You know, that'll give you around 6,000 a month. Or if you're looking to double that, let's say 400 a day. Let's just look at a couple different math problems today. So that's going to give you around 12 grand per month, or, $144,000, 12,000 a month. Can you believe that? Like 12,000 a month is still only just over 100,000. Oh my gosh, it's 144,000. So we'll go for our big pocket and some of our little ones. Now remember, I told you that there is a guy right now making 25,000 per day, which if you do that, 25,000 per day times 30 is 750,000 per month. And that's how it gets to be 9 million per year. Now this would be him keeping this up and keeping this up. But right now he is taking these vacations. He just took his wife to Costa Rica or something. And they are living it up. And he does these plans all over the place. And I am under him somewhere. Okay. I'm in his group under him somewhere, but don't expect spillover so much because quite honestly, it doesn't really happen. So let's go look at what's possible though. Let's look at what's possible. So log in. Check this out though. Today I went and logged in and I was like, whatever, I'll just look at my account. I have already gotten a payment, which I can show you if you're not sure about, but here's what's happening right now. So I have earned almost 20% of my plan. And let's see. I want to know, when did I start this? Let's see. Is there a useful information? My account, nope, default language, blah, blah, blah. Finances, statement, withdraw, upgrade, purchase plan. Let's see statement. Let's see. So see what your earnings are so far. Okay, I guess I started on the 8th. That kind of seems right because that would have been the first time I got the 0.00002. So you'll notice that by the 18th, it took 10 days for me to get a payment. And it paid out everything I had in there. So my account balance went back to 0. And then I started earning again, just like that. So this was like, what, 30.03 times, roughly 1,000 right now. About $30 that I got paid out on that day. And then it's going to keep going up. But let's see what we can do to actually get that going. So I started on the 8th. It's 22, I guess it's the 22nd in Singapore now. So I got the payment already for today. And this is what earnings look like. You will get paid out every time your Bitcoin gets to 0.03 or above. So making this happen quicker means you have more going on in your account. Let's look at it. Here's what was exciting too. I went and looked at my network. Check this out. I have people under me. Yep. So let's see. So right now my total leg volume is 0.1. My daily volume is 0.3. Somehow it takes it on like the lesser leg. I don't know. Somehow I'll get 1/10 of a point somehow. Not really sure. But these are showing, oh, that's kind of hard to read. 0.1, and that's showing 0.3 because it now has 3 points below it apparently. See that? Bunk, bunk, bunk. So those will somehow give me points. This one has a 1 point below it and this has none. But that was kind of cool to wake up and see this because I didn't have that last week. So Spillover happens. Hoorah. Okay, so as that continues going, that'll be kind of cool. That'll help boost things up a little bit quicker. But let's go look at and see what is the potential that could happen here. If you do want to sign up, here it is, gladiacoin.com/Bizarin. You will get on a leg, and as you can see, since spillover is happening for me, it'll start happening over for you too. Cool, right? Right. So you get on this and you start getting more and more people coming down and into it. But let's just say you had nothing. So you have to go. And this 19% means I get 90% of my 0.2 that I'm going to earn over the 90 days. And right now it's been what? 24, 16, about 16 days. No, less than that. 22 minus, sorry, 14 days. I was thinking it was later in the month. It's been 2 weeks now, and I have 20% earned. So what does this all mean? Well, let's go look at a spreadsheet. Whoops, I just opened up my files. Let's go look at a spreadsheet and see. We're just going to draw. Let's go do some potential drawing. Okay. All right. Make that big. Okay, so let's look at some potential here. Now remember, so we'll try to look at this kind of as the numbers and as the Bitcoin. So let's do everything based off. Ooh, that's going to be big. Okay, I don't want that. Sorry. Let's do this all off that our Bitcoin is worth $1,000 because that just makes it easy. One Bitcoin is $1,000. Let's just stick with that because that's, about where we've been at roughly. That's about where we've been at for the average lately. So what we need to know is that after 90 days, you have made 200% of what you put in, right? So if you put in 0.1, that means you end up with 0.2. If you put in 4 Bitcoin, and these are all Bitcoin, you end up with 8 Bitcoin. So you get 200% after 90 days. That means each month or each day, 200 divided by 90 means daily, and that's what you saw, daily you earn 2.22%, and that is just standard. So in a month, you are earning 66.67%. And that means in your 3 months and your 90 days, you have earned your 200%. Okay? So now that you see that, this is where the magic comes in. So if you did put in 0.1, which say right now is like $100, in 3 months, you turn that to 0.2 or $200, which means your $200 divided by the 90 days, you're getting $2.22 a day. It's $2.22 per day. So after 3 months, we'll just go by 3 months. After 3 months, you have $200. You could now go and upgrade your plan and just stick this all back in there. And then in another 3 months, you've turned your 200 into 400. And then you could say 3 months after that, if you do the whole thing, 400, you can make it 800. So you're like, okay, well, that's not great because after 3, 6, 9 months, I've made 800. But remember, you started with 100 and you turned it into 800. And then you can take your 800 and turn it into 16 after another 3 months and turn your 16 into 32 after another 3 months and 3, 6, 9, 12. You're a little over a year here, and then you're at 64, 12,800. So let's just say long term that this thing can last, okay? Right now, so far, people really just don't think it's going anywhere, so that's pretty good. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Oh, that's a lot of months, isn't it? 15, 18. Okay. So we're at 21 months here, almost 2 years, and you've turned, now you have after 3 months, 12,800, but you put all of it back in. That's not the best plan, right? Because you want to take some money out. So you're going to probably have to go up. But if you did look at just compounding, or let's say you kept 100 and you just made, oops, 200 divided by 3, that's just $66 a month. So you're really not going to be jamming in it very long. But how can we? That was the point, is how do we turn this into something much bigger? How do you make $1 million off this? That's what we want to see, right? Okay, so let's look at that. How do we turn this into $1 million? And perhaps rather quickly. All right. So what you need is, you need now your daily 2% to actually be $2,800. Okay. So your daily 2%, your 2.22% needs to actually pay you $2,800. So $2,800 divided by 0.0222 means you need to have in the system 126, right? Yep. So that's how much you have to have in the system. And if you take 126 divided by 1,000, then you need to have 126 Bitcoin floating around in there somewhere, and divide that by 4. That is 31 packs. 31 packs of Spartacus 8 or whatever it was called. It was the highest one. Let me see on there. 31 packs of, let's go look at the Spartacus plans. And that's what this guy's actually doing right now. But he has even more than that. Isn't that nuts? He's making 25,000 a day. What happens is you actually end up having more than one pack. And once you get up to the Spartacus 7, you can have many, many, many of them. That's how you get there. So you'd need 31 packs of Spartacus 7. So you have now your 4 Bitcoins times 31 times, making you 8 Bitcoin times 31 over the 3 months. So 8 times 31 equals 248,000 over 3 months, divided by 3 is 1, 2. Is that right? So you are making this money, it's coming back to your pocket, and then you get to keep it and continue putting in more. Now what happens though is if you have people under you, it goes much, much faster. So this guy actually is not waiting 30 days for his to max out. So I guarantee he does not have this much actually put in there, and he's not running off of 31 packs because his packs are expiring very, very quickly. But let's see how to build that up. Let's just go for something more reasonable. So you're like, oh my God, that's a lot of packs. So let's just say you started with Spartacus 2, which is the 0.1 Bitcoin, okay? And that means right now daily, you are earning about, let's see, our daily, monthly, and what you get in the 90-day. So let's just deal with this in dollars instead of the Bitcoin. Daily, you're still getting your 2.22%. And that means for 1 Bitcoin, you're going to make $2.22. Monthly, you'll get $66.67. And over your 90 days, that will turn into $200. I don't know what I meant by a day. Oh, 90 day. Yeah, that's supposed to go together. Okay. So that is with your zero point 0.1 Bitcoin. Not that impressive. So let's see what the other plans were. Already forgot. So we have 35124. 35124. 0.3, 0.5, 1, 2, and 4. Okay. Great. This is a beautiful chart, isn't it? Isn't it lovely? So for 0.3, you're getting, oh, yeah. For now, you're getting $6.66 a day, which is about $200 in the month, 199.8 and 6.66. You're going to make yourself $600 in 3 months. So that's pretty good. So what you can do is take this 200 and you could split it into 2 100s for the next time you're doing this. Or you could keep part of it and do it. But now if you split this into 2 100s, now after your 90 days, you'll be making 400. Have enough to go back in and upgrade to this and keep some. What you can do though is you can make accounts under your own account. So here you are. You can open accounts for this leg and this leg, and those are you. And that helps this one keep bigger. So you turn this one into a 0.1, you turn this one into a 0.1, and then you just keep building this one. So that way this one's getting faster and faster and faster. What's cool about the building, let me show you. What's cool about building in this is, now you have to actually, I don't think you start a new account, but you have to, when you are done with your plan, you have to buy a whole new plan. You can't just add on to it. Let me show you. There is a way to add on though. So let's say I want to upgrade. Okay. So look at this. If I select my new plan, if I go to Spartacus 3, remember that was the 0.3, I only owe a 0.2 left. So it's just asking you to pay the difference to actually upgrade. So once you upgrade, then you're getting some more money, right? And once you are finally done with it, I believe you have to repurchase a plan. You can't actually, this is the one that's active, see the plans purchased by you. So I would need to purchase an entirely new plan once I get up to my 100% mark. Once this goes all the way to 100%, I can't just say upgrade my plan, because that will just try to add on to what I already did, what I already have. And I have to make sure that I don't upgrade, but I actually buy a brand new plan. That's what you need to do there. So going back here, and you're, so 600, and now let's go to the 0.5. So 5 times 2.22 is, you're getting about $11 a day here, times 30, which means you're making $333 a month, which is giving you $1,000. Now remember, this all has to do with if Bitcoin goes up or down, but we're just basing it off of the assumption that it's going to stay at an average of about $1,000. Great. So now for the 1 Bitcoin, you are getting $22 a day. Which will give you the 666 and 67 for the month, which will give you 2,000 over time. So, okay, so now you're making 666 a month. Let's keep going. So you got to figure out, I think, how you can get these two going, but also get up to your 4 Bitcoin. Remember, 4 Bitcoin is going to be at this rate about at $4,000. So that would be you having to go through this cycle 2 times. But you could save this Well, you could take this, put it into here, and then the next time around, you're going to have enough for the 4. So let's see what happens when you do 2.0. You're getting $44.4 per day, and 44.4 over the month will give you 1,332. And for the total time, you get 4,000. So let's say you put in the 4,000. Now you have $88.8 per day. I guess I should put the zeros on there. $88.8 per day. And for the month, let's see, 90. $2,666 roughly. So I could make that like a 3.33. $2,666, and that'll give you 8,000 over 3 months. This is not a bad payday, do you think? So once that ends, though, you know how you made 8,000, but you're going to have to put some back in. So this is you making $88 a day. You're going to need more of these. Don't you agree? So let's say after 1 month you did 0.1. So you start with 0.1. So after your 3-month cycle, you had 200, and then you bought 2.1s, and then that gave you 400 after another 3 months, and then you were able to buy one, or you bought a 0.3 and you kept a 0.1, and then you're getting 6, 7, 8. So now you made 800. Yeah, so you can keep doubling this. So 3, 6, 9, and then you get 1,600, and keep going. You would want to keep going until you're up to this 4 Bitcoin amount, $88 a day, 2,666 to get your 8,000. With this 8,000, you could actually buy 2 4s. Now, what's that going to do? Well, obviously, it's going to double it. So now you're 16,000. Now you're making 5,333 a month. 5,333 a month. Would you want to stop there? Keep half? Get another half? Maybe. You could, since that's 5,333 a month, then why don't you keep 2,666 and put the rest of it back in that way? So technically, if you have 2 4.0 accounts, you could be putting it back in and continue making the money off of those 2 and continue just keeping this. Or maybe, just maybe, you want to add a 3rd one. So now you have 3 of these accounts. So now you're making 24,000. You're making 8,000 a month. Having these 3 accounts, which will make you 24,000 over the 90 days. And maybe after that, you want to add one more. Yikes, right? So now you have 4. You have 4, 8, 12, 16 turning into 32,000. 32,000 over 3 months, which means you're making over 10,000 a month. 10,666 a month, which does not, divided by 30. So you're making 355 a day. That's not so bad. That's actually not a bad deal. And you could even keep going. Let's say you just add one more. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So that's now getting you $40,000 over 3 months, which is $13,333 for the month. Do you see how this keeps growing and growing? You can get this up to $1 million. It might take a while, but if you can start somewhere and you start here and you start building and you continue buying up, buying up, buying up. And so eventually you're only buying the fours. You are going to be bringing money home. And maybe you get to a point where now you're keeping half of it and putting half of it back in. This is only at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4.0s. If our friend actually, well, I know he has people under him, so his Bitcoin are getting like the 6% or the 12% bonus off of that. So his are going much faster to make 25,000 a day. But I'd like to have 200 a day. I'd like to bring in 200 a day, and that's 6,000 a month. So what if I said I wanted to keep that? So I always wanted that to happen. So I think I would need to have 12,000 a month, put 6,000 back in, and keep 6,000 out, and I'd feel pretty good. And then this 6,000 every time, every 3 months or every month, it would just be making me another 12,000. So I keep 6,000 and put 6,000 back in and keep going. Or maybe I just decide that, I'll just keep 4,000 for the month and make this build up to 14,000. And then now that's made, I could have 7,000 this month, or maybe I only want 6,000 and put 8,000 back in here. Pretty good, right? It's pretty good. So that is what I wanted to tell you about Gladiacoin today. And figure out where my mouse is. I can't even see it. There it is. Okay. And pretty cool. Pretty cool what's happening. So once you have those multiple plans working in your favor, you start earning. I was very excited to see this, the 0.1 and 0.3. I'm like, yeah, that's something that's coming in. All right. So like I said, you do not actually need to have referrals to make this happen. And as always, I told you I'd show you what's going on here. I think it's going to boot me out, which is too bad. But I wanted to show you my withdraw history. Yeah, I'm getting booted out. Again, so you saw that it's a low balance. Not a big deal because I took money out yesterday. And my paying ads continues paying. It continues. That's all I got to say. It's pretty amazing. So let me just show you this last part, and then we are going to part ways for the day. Okay, so down here, withdraw history, disconnect there. And in the last 30 days, $929 taken out. And last 10 days, $320. So that makes sense, right? And the total taken out has been $4,317. That's pretty good. I have taken out $4,317. You'll see I have 2 more pending. So that's going to actually bump up my 10-day total. But, it's about $929 a month, which then a lot of that I can go put into something else and build it up even more. Cool, right? All right. Stop the screen share and say, hey, if you have any questions, let me know. I am here to help you. And as always, I hope you have a fabulous day. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.